rural Missouri and have a few struggles, but we're here ready for the broadcast. Class 1, District 11 basketball action. The number 1 seeded Novinger Wildcats, the number 2 seeded Meadville Eagles set to jump things up. Here's your starting lineups as it looks like Colton Friesner out there to jump it up for Meadville. Keaton Tade for the Novinger Wildcats. For Meadville, their starters, number 5, Cade Shiflett, number 10, TJ Schmitz, Dalton Palmer, he's number 22, Blake Burkholder, number 25, Colton Friesner, 45. It's going to be Tade, number 4 for Novinger, Blake Smith, number 30, Trent Rodman, 33, Justin Klingsmith, 35, and Hadley Roberts, number 40. Novinger works it in down low, then up into the high post area, down to the right block with it. Shot up, no good. Rebound taken down by Blake Burkholder as that miss put up by Hadley Roberts. Here come the Eagles with it now. TJ Schmitz, the lefty, crosses half court, finds Dalton Palmer over on the other side. Burkholder off to Friesner. Near corner it comes back to Schmitz. Palmer open for that three, comes up short of the mark. Rebound comes down into the hands of Blake Smith. Here come the Wildcats with it. They do have a victory over the Eagles this year in conference play, a overtime victory where they overcome a 12-point deficit headed into the fourth quarter. Skip past two of them over the top of the defense now. Out near the right elbow. Into the paint with it. Roberts, his shot up, no good. Hadley Roberts a miss. Here come the Eagles. Again, it's Schmitz with it. Schmitz, right side to Friesner. Palmer open for a three over to Cade Shiflett on the far side. Burkholder at the free throw line. His shot, back iron, no good. Rebound, Justin Klingsmith. Right side now. Again, it looks like Novinger pretty patient here. They're going to try to defeat this Eagle defense, it looks like, by getting the ball into the high post and going on from that point. Novinger working against the Eagles. That's Trent Rodman there, the Eagle faithful, looking for a little push off there. That pass comes in, stolen away by big Blake Burkholder. A nice job of defending that. Eagles with it into the front court. Then we're going to have a foul against the Wildcats. Looked to me like Coach Rick Roberts thought he might have got a travel right there, but instead it's going to be a foul against the Novinger Wildcats. That one whistled against number 40, Hadley Roberts. 6:21 to go here, opening period. Burkholder with it now for the Eagles. Looks down low for Friesner, nothing doing there. They swing it around to Palmer. Palmer looks inside. Baseline it goes. Shiflett back up top now to Friesner. Friesner looks over the defense, goes to Shiflett. Shiflett, baseline drive, off the glass. Does not drop. Rebound, Burkholder. Strong stick back, he got it. Blake Burkholder draws first blood for the Eagles here against the Novinger Wildcats. 5:55 to go. That drive, nothing doing there. Then it's going to be a foul on the rebound attempt by the Wildcats. Cade Shiflett corrals the rebound. That foul going to go in against Novinger's number 35, Justin Klingsmith. Second team foul for the Wildcats. The Eagles lead it 2-0 over Novinger. 5:50 to go here in the first. Near side it comes. Schmitz out top to Burkholder now. Both these teams looking pretty patient here in the early going. Palmer finds Shiflett, baseline right this time. Burkholder over to Schmitz. The Eagles, a very prolific three-point shooting team. High post shot put up about a 17-footer missed by Colton Friesner. The senior, he had a whale of a game the other night in their semifinal matchup against Newtown Harris. Up top with it is Hadley Roberts. Picks up his dribble. Goes far side now to Blake Smith. Back to Roberts. Spin move in the lane. He's fouled. They'll get Colton Friesner for that one. They'll say they got him with the body. Friesner going to pick up his first foul here on number 45 for the Eagles. Senior who plays the 4 position. Blake Burkholder, their center, works it down low. Then we have the guards of Cade Shiflett, TJ Schmitz, and Dalton Palmer. That one up and in. First points here for the Novinger Wildcats. Hadley Roberts now 1-1 from the line. Only scoring done by the Eagles. The stick back by Blake Burkholder. That one back iron, no good. Cade Shiflett there for the rebound. Shiflett gives off to Palmer. The Eagles going to try to push the pace a little bit. Down to the baseline goes Schmitz. Off to Friesner. Out high now to Shiflett. His fall away, no good. Probably not their best shot. Still 2-1 Eagles. Into the paint with it. Off the glass, and that one falls. A shot up and in by Trent Rodman. Novinger leads it now 3-2. Scoring not exactly coming easy for either of these teams here in the early going. Schmitz baseline. Goes underneath. He's fouled as they got pushed out of bounds down low, and I believe they're going to get Blake Smith for the foul there. We'll find out just to make sure. And going to be the third team foul on the Wildcats. TJ Schmitz to trigger the inbound baseline right out top it goes. Palmer, fall corner, three on its way. He hit it. Dalton Palmer puts the Eagles out in front 5-3. That's their bread and butter. They like to run the floor. They like to shoot the three, and if things aren't going their way, they'll look for their two big men. Roberts, inside it goes. Burkholder playing some pretty stiff defense. Did a good job of thwarting that inside attempt. That shot hit on the baseline, though. 2-point shot, Trent Rodman. 4 points for him now in the game. 5-5 our score. Palmer off to Shiflett. Shiflett directs some traffic, dribbles between the legs, gets a pick from Friesner, pulls up from 15. He hit it. Cade Shiflett, their talented junior guard, his first points here in the game. He averages about 15 per. This Eagle team pretty spread out, pretty balanced when it comes to their scoring. Far side it goes. Blake Smith. The Eagles lead Novinger 7-5. Into the paint it goes. Right or left elbow. Now out beyond the arc, right side. Skip pass over the top, a risky one. Palmer almost got it. That shot off the glass, no good. Weak side rebound comes down to Cade Shiflett. Shiflett will push the pace himself, brings it up the floor. Little hesitation move. Now right side to Palmer. Palmer dribbles all the way to the head of the key, fires another three. That was short of the mark. Long rebound. Hustled for, nobody able to get to it. It'll be last touch by the Eagles. 7-5. Meadville leads the top seed in this one. Novinger, these teams with almost identical records, and an overtime game to their credit earlier in the season that Novinger got the best of. Far side it goes to Smith. Smith inside. That pass, a dangerous one. Stolen. It was deflected. Palmer picks up the steal. He goes over to the left side. Now underneath. Friesner off the glass. Can't get it. Burkholder. Last touch by him out of bounds off of the Eagles center. Eagles still out in front by 2 over the Novinger Wildcats. 3:02 to go here in the first. These teams starting, I thought, to settle in a little bit, but instead it's been a tough physical battle and every shot pretty well contested. That shot, or that pass, too low underneath. Little jump stop for Blake Smith. He ends up hitting the short shot off the glass. Shiflett, right elbow or right block. They're going to whistle him for the player control, the offensive foul. Cade Shiflett. And this crew, they are not opposed to calling that foul right there. I can tell you that from my experiences. 7-7. Our score here. Novinger brings it across the timeline, goes over right side now to Hadley Roberts. That three on the way from Keaton Tate. Shot way off the mark, barely skimmed the rim. Rebound came down to Cade Shiflett. The Eagles, that one low on the block to Friesner. Couldn't get it to go with the left hand. That's one you got to hit, folks. 2:19 to go here in the first. Still tied at 7. Roberts into the paint. Runs right into Burkholder, puts that shot up, goes out of bounds. They say last touch by the Eagles, much to the chagrin of the folks in purple and white. And the officials get together. They overrule it. That one makes the folks from Meadville much happier. 7-7 our score. Bringing it up the court. No pressure shown. Dalton Palmer barks out of play. Goes right side to Burkholder. Near corner to Shiflett. Now Logan Newland into the game for the Eagles. Number 24, a versatile player. Shiflett's three. He hit it. Cade Shiflett, who has rediscovered his stroke of late, hits a big shot, puts Eagles out in front by 3. Pass into the lane to Roberts. Over the top it goes. A nice pass down low. That one, the assist goes to Roberts. The bucket to Blake Smith. 10-9 Meadville. Shiflett off to Schmitz. Another dangerous three-point shooter. They find Burkholder. They whistle him for the travel. The big man failed to get the pumpkin on the deck before he took off towards the rim with that one. That'll turn it over for the Eagles, who are still out in front by a point. Another Eagles substitution into the game. Number 11, Tyler Dinsmore, a junior. He'll replace Blake Burkholder. 10-9. Meadville out in front. Hadley Roberts picks up his dribble way out beyond the paint. Now the Wildcats will pass it around on the outside a little bit. Colin Roberts into the game also for Novinger. Foul down low. We'll see if they get Newland or if they get Cade Shiflett for that one. That foul going to be on Cade Shiflett, his second. We'll see a substitution. We've got Friesner headed back into the game. That free throw, no good. A miss at the line for Blake Smith. So Friesner checks in for Shiflett, who's in a little bit of early foul trouble. That one no good either. Tyler Dinsmore got rode clear into the mat underneath the basket, but a no call there. A rebound, an offensive one, and a put back. And Novinger leads this one now 11-10. Baseline, it goes to Newland. Newland out top to Friesner. Schmitz thought about firing that three. He is shooting at a mark of 50% on the year, 66 of 132 for the point guard, who's a junior. There's Palmer's three. That one's short. After their own rebound, it pinballs off. Novinger's got it. Roberts, Collin variety. To the hoop, he hit it. 13-10. Novinger leads Meadville. Eagles don't score this time around. As we near the end of the quarter, I thought it was starting to say we'd probably see a timeout, and we might still, as they'll probably look for the last shot here. Palmer down to the baseline to Newland. Newland back out top to Dinsmore. Dinsmore off to Schmitz. Schmitz works on his man. Little mismatch. The floater. Didn't hit it. Dinsmore the rebound. His putback attempt. No foul call. Up underneath the other side. Still a no call. Looked to me like he got mugged, but a no call on that one. 13-10. Novinger makes it 15-10. That one put up and in by Trent Rodman. Picks up another bucket. 6 in the quarter for him. Novinger leads it by 5 after 1. 15-10. Novinger leads Meadville. We'll take this little timeout. Back with more right after this here on 810 WHB TV. And back here at Grundy County R5 High School, Class 1, District 11. 1 quarter in the books in this boys championship game. Novinger leads Meadville 15-10. The Eagles with it. Long three-pointer on the way from Schmitz. A 26-footer. And the lefty point guard nails that one. Big shot right there. And we have an offensive foul. That's going to go against Keaton Tade. 1-1 in that offensive foul department now. That gets the folks from Meadville up on their feet and also gets Coach Roberts up on his over on the Novinger sideline. 15-13. Novinger leads Meadville. 7:36 to go in the second. Dalton Palmer brings it across. Goes to the far corner to Schmitz. Schmitz works on his man. Elects not to go to the rim with it. Also elects not to take a shot. Off to Shiflett, who picked up 2 early fouls in this one. Friesner with it. The way underneath. They say he dribbled on the inline there. That according to one Kyle Marcola. Here comes Novinger with it. Near side to Tade. Tade guarded there by Schmitz. Way over near the right hash. It went to Roberts, then down on the baseline. That shot was a weak one. Then we have a stick back and one. As coming away with the rebound right there was Hadley Roberts. He gets the bucket, and he heads to the free throw line. And that one going to go against Colton Friesner, his second 15 foul on the Eagles. Hadley Roberts. His shot off the back of the iron. No good. Colton Friesner there to corral the rebound. 17-13. Novinger out in front by 4. Back to Friesner on the baseline as him and the other big man, Blake Burkholder, played a little catch there momentarily. Into the lane. Shiflett can't hit that shot. Long rebound comes down. Saved by Colton Friesner. Out top to Palmer. Palmer to Friesner. Now Shiflett. He fires a 3. It's good! Cade Shiflett, his second 3, 8 points in the game. Gets Meadville back within a single point. Hanger in the lane, no good. Rebound, Colton Friesner. Outlet to Shiflett. Shiflett across the timeline. Pulls up a 26-footer. Just off the mark. There with the rebound was Burkholder. Saved it back in. Novinger gets it, though. And we're going to have a foul on Dalton Palmer as slicing towards the lane, Trent Rodman, and Dalton Palmer caught him kind of in midair, and he took a little spill. It was probably looked a lot more aggressive than the play actually was, I'd have to say. Roberts on the baseline with it. Out top it comes. He gets it back. He's in the lane. Working on Burkholder. Gets the bucket. Hadley Roberts got him down for 7 here in this first half. He's been doing the dirty work down in the paint. TJ Schmitz off to Friesner. Now back to Shiflett. Shiflett has 8 here in this first period. All the way to the rim with it. TJ Schmitz couldn't get it. Then we'll have a foul down low as Burkholder had position on the rebound, and he was fouled. TJ Schmitz to inbound. Baseline left. Gets it into Shiflett. 19-16. Novinger leads Meadville. 5 minutes to go here this first half now. Down low to Burkholder. Turnaround shot. Off the glass and good. Eagle big man banks 2 in and has 4 points now. Tade almost clear out of bounds with that one. Out top it comes. They got Dalton Palmer off his feet. Got around him. Fair battle for the rebound. In the lane with it. Pulling down that rebound, Justin Klingsmith. He also gets the stick back and puts Novinger back out in front by 3. Shiflett with it. He's guarded way out top by Tade. Pulls up at the free throw line. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound to Keaton Tade. Tade with what many thought was a travel right there, but the guys in stripes, the ones that matter, they say he was able to hold his pivot foot. That one, dangerous pass underneath. Last touched by Novinger, out of bounds. 21-18. This game, everything that we anticipated it to be. 3:58 to go here in the first half. This one been pretty even most of the way. Backing him down, Burkholder. Out top the pass goes to Friesner. Now to TJ Schmitz on the right wing. Palmer gets a pick from Friesner, but Colton kind of popped back out and kind of impeded what might have been an open shot. Schmitz with the fake into the lane. Has his pass taken away. Tried to leave it for Dalton Palmer, and some aggressive defense stripped the ball out of there. Hanger in the lane. Banks home. That basket for Trent Rodman. Rodman now, I have him down for 8 here in this first half. Novinger leads it by 5. Blake Burkholder, baseline jumper. He hit it. The junior big man having a nice first half here offensively. 6 points for him. That's a big shot that'll draw some of that defense out of there if he's able to hit that consistently. 23-20. Novinger with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Another inside pass with a deflection. Then a foul on the Novinger Wildcats as the Eagles came out of there with it. And that foul can even things up 6 apiece. Going to be the first foul on Trent Rodman as well. Logan Newland into the game for Meadville, along with Dalton Palmer, Cade Shiflett, Blake Burkholder, and TJ Schmitz. I'll run down the Novinger lineup momentarily. Turnaround by Burkholder. Couldn't get that one to go. Weak side rebound, Cade Shiflett. He also gets the putback. 23-22. Eagles feeling it a little bit more. That pass intended for Justin Klingsmith. A little miscommunication that time around for the Wildcats, who played well. 2:32 to go here in the second period of this Class 1 District 11 championship game. Novinger leads Meadville by a single point here in this one. Go ahead and take this timeout at this time. Be back with the remainder of the first half right after this here on 810 WHB TV. The lane gets stopped there by Hadley Roberts. Off to Palmer it goes. He finds an open TJ Schmitz, who cuts into the lane, leaves it for Burkholder. His shot, he lost the ball on the way up. He was wide open for a bunny right there, but couldn't capitalize off a nice pass from Schmitz. Keaton Tade knocks TJ Schmitz to the floor, and they're calling the offensive stuff pretty close here, as it had to have been a push-off. I don't think TJ Schmitz had full position there, but the push-off results in an offensive foul. 23-22. Novinger out in front of Meadville. The 1 and 2 seeds going out here in Class 1 District 11. We're at the home of the Panthers, Grundy County High School in Galt. That was stripped away from Blake Burkholder. 1:50 to go, first half. Colin Roberts with it. That one poked out of bounds. Newland got a hand on it, but it'll be Novinger basketball. 1:47 to go here in this first half. Colin Roberts and the Wildcats, they're going to be content to pull it out beyond the hash marks and make the Eagles come out there and guard them. Tade with it. He then gets it off to Rodman, who's had a really nice first half here. The middle opens up for him. He goes that way, all the way to the hoop and hits it. I saw a huge opening right down the middle of the lane, so did Trent Rodman. He took it straight to the hoop, all the way from the top of the key, and hit an easy shot. 25-22 Novinger over the Meadville Eagles. Palmer finds Burkholder just outside the right block. Cade Shiflett has to do a little magical work there just to avoid traveling with the basketball. Schmitz with it. Off to Palmer. Palmer now to Shiflett. The Eagles have shot it well here in the first half, but Novinger doing a pretty good job of limiting their shots. (25-22). Keaton Tade comes out and tries to make the steal there. 25-22. Novinger leads Meadville. So it's 25-22 as we work to get the scoring on your screen corrected. It's 25-22. Novinger also has the basketball. 35.6 to go here in this first half. Hadley Roberts will inbound it. The Eagles going to get back and set their defense. Out there, Ryan Young into the game for the Eagles. Tyler Dinsmore also, along with Blake Burkholder, Logan Newland, and TJ Schmitz. Hadley Roberts with it. Back out top to Trent Rodman. Far side to Colin Roberts. The other players out there, Keaton Tade and Justin Klingsmith for Novinger. Logan Newland out to guard his man. They're trying to avoid just what happened the last possession, and that's when the middle of the floor opened up and Novinger was able to get to the hoop with it. That pass down low. That one blocked partially by Blake Burkholder. That ends our first half here. Novinger with a couple shots to add to the lead at the end of the half, but they weren't able to do so. They do lead it by 3 at the half. Novinger 25, Meadville 22. We'll take a timeout, back in just a few here on 810 WHB TV. Welcome back to this broadcast here on 810 WHB TV at the home of the Panthers is where we're at. It's Grundy County R5 High School in Galt, Missouri. Class 1 District 11 basketball action, and the 1 and 2 seeds going at it on the boys' side of things right here, and it's everything that we expected, a physical battle, a close game. It was a overtime matchup between these two squads earlier in the season that Novinger got the best of, and it looks like this one going to go right down to the wire as well. Here's what our scoring looks like. Again, it's 25-22 at the half. For the Novinger Wildcats, Coach Rick Roberts' team, leading the way for them, Trent Rodman. Rodman has 10 points here in the first half. And then they spread things out a little bit. Hadley Roberts, who I think has probably been the player that's made the biggest difference on their team all the times that he's gotten into the paint, all the big rebounds that he's gotten. He's got 7 points here in the first half, does Hadley Roberts. 2 points for Colin Roberts. Justin Klingsmith, he's been big on the boards too. He has just 2 points. And Blake Smith, I've got him down for 4 points. Could have had a couple more as he missed a couple of them from the stripe. Keaton Tay does a good job of distributing the ball for them. He's yet to score here in this one. For Meadville, just 4 players into the scoring column for them, led by Cade Shiflett, who hit a couple of three-pointers and a couple 2-point baskets. He's got 10 points. Also had 2 pretty early fouls that really slowed him down here in this one. TJ Schmitz, the left-hander, has 3 in this one, and that coming off of just 1 shot. Maybe he had 1 other shot down in the paint, but just 1 3-point attempt. TJ has 3 points here in the first half. Dalton Palmer, one of their other talented shooting guards, has 3 points here in this one. And Blake Burkholder has played well offensively here in this game. He's missed a couple of shots that we probably should have hit. Also hit a couple tough ones we thought he might not hit. But he's got 6 points here in the first half. Our score at the half, 25-22. Novinger leads Meadville. We'll take this time to pay some homage to our sponsors who made the broadcast possible, or I guess we won't. I guess I'll sit here and talk is what I'll do. Jim Bly joins me, and he's been hurriedly putting things together here at this evening just to be able to bring you the broadcast. We appreciate all of our great group of sponsors here in this one. Also, take this opportunity to say that tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between the two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved, because high school activities are about learning life lessons. Your friends at 810 WHB TV and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll also be preserving a proud tradition here in the state of Missouri, Jim.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a great time tonight. We got about 3 minutes to go. We're supposed to be on Zito Cable Channel 95 tonight. We will be tomorrow at 2 o'clock for the Chillicothe girls game. If you want to know how to do that, it's kind of going to sound weird, but you can't have your cable box, your Zito cable box. You got to have a TV where the cable hooks directly into it. Go to 95. If you don't pick up 95 automatically, sometimes you have to auto-tune your TV so it puts that channel into your library of channels on your TV.
And we'll go over that again before the course of the evening is over as well. That's going to be the Chillicothe Lady Hornets in district action over at St. Joe. Those are being played at Lafayette, I believe, aren't they, Jim?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
another small gym.
And who did the Lady Hornets get in that matchup?
Platte County.
Platte County, the Lady Pirates.
Haven't played them yet this year. They're 2-20, but they have a really tough schedule in Kansas City that they play. So it ought to be a good ball game. And then if Chillicothe wins that one, they advance to play. I believe it's St. Joe Benton, and then Smithville if they play in a title game. An
absolute loaded district for Class 4 girls basketball, that one right there. Most of them MEC teams that we speak of and everything, but that's a very tough one. Savannah also involved in that district, and a few others. But we'll have that game 2 o'clock tomorrow right here on 810 WHB TV. My longtime broadcast partner, Chet Haney, going to join me for the broadcast tomorrow, so I really look forward to that.
And then Tuesday night, you're let's see. No, you won't be doing the game Tuesday.
Well,
I don't think.
Well, if provided that the Eagles move on here, well, we will be broadcasting that game.
The game will be broadcasted. We'll have a double duty that night. We'll have two different channels going on 810 WHB TV. So
we hit the big time officially now.
Yeah, and then you get to work with Justin Bland, Big Daddy.
Right. I have to do everything he tells me because that guy's about 3 times my size.
And you know what they call him at Sporting Park, and where he's a head groundskeeper for
the Eclipse.
Tiny.
Okay, I was close. So a little bit of irony in the nickname, and we're just about set to go here in this second half. Class 1, District 11. 16 minutes left to decide this one, folks. A tight battle. It'll be Novinger Wildcat basketball to start our second half. They're out in front by 3 already. Let's see what kind of adjustments Darren Smith, Drew Nyer, and Tony Fairchild made. I doubt if Novinger made any as they lead it by 3 here at the half. Great coaching name there in Rick Roberts. Of course, Coach Smith, Coach Fairchild with prolific names in Missouri basketball as well. Out top it goes. Smith down the left side of the lane. Loses it out of bounds. It'll be Eagle basketball. 7:41 to go in the third. Dalton Palmer says, hey, guys, could I have a little bit of help getting this in? He gets some as he was fortunate. Keaton Tade took a little spill, or they might have had a little trouble getting that one inbounded. Crisis averted for the Eagles. Between the rings with it, Dalton Palmer over onto the right side to Schmitz, who'll dribble back up towards the top of the circle. Shiflett gets a pick from Friesner. Into the lane, off to Friesner. He missed a bunny. There for the rebound, Burkover. He can't get it. Shiflett with the rebound. His putback, no good. And then he's finally fouled in there as some defense that was pretty stout, but 2 shots the Eagles should have hit. To the line goes Cade Shiflett. Not the place you want him if you're the Novinger Wildcats. That free throw. In and out, no good. Unfortunately for Cade there, I put the broadcaster's jinx on him. Oh, Shiflett takes a couple bounces at the line. His second one, much better than the first. Straight through the nylon. Makes it now 25-23. Novinger with a 2-point lead. A little miscommunication going on here to start things in the second half, it looks like, for Novinger, and they have to regroup as Rodman sets his teammate straight. Now Hadley Roberts with it out top. Down to the baseline it goes for Klingsmith. Blake Smith, another really talented player for Novinger. He had it. That one stolen away, quick-handed. Dalton Palmer gets a deflection, gets the steal himself as well. Must have got those skills from his grandpa, I'm guessing, who's sitting next to me here during the broadcast. Spin move by Shiflett. It's beautiful. Couldn't hit it. They whistle him for the travel. That's a tough call right there. He didn't hit the shot, but see a lot of coaches in attendance here as I see Chillicothe Hornet basketball coach, former Newtown Harris coach Tim Kuhl over in the far corner, along with Meadville superintendent Ron Holzer. He's coached more than his fair share of basketball. See Alan Berry, longtime official down there on the other side of the court as well. Roberts with it, picks up his dribble near the free throw line, gets it off to Smith. Now they find Klingsmith, who loses it. Dalton Palmer with another case of larceny, able to get the steal. Shiflett dribbles through, finds Schmitz. Palmer back to Schmitz. Nobody wanting to pull the trigger right there. That's one, I think, in a game where they're feeling their flow a little bit more. They all would have taken that shot. Head and shoulder fake. They say Cade Shiflett didn't get it on the floor in time. Marcola brings him up for a travel. Novinger not eager at all to push the pace in this one. They want their physicality to be the thing that makes the difference in this one. The Eagles want to run, and they are a very subtle team. Rebound comes down to Shiflett. He's yanked a lot of them down already in this game. Of course, there's been a lot, and neither team has shot the ball that great. Near side, Palmer, his three, on its way. Couldn't get it. Rebound comes down to Klingsmith.
A lot of defense in the second half, Rod. Nobody's picked up any points, I don't think, yet.
That one almost stolen away. Blake Smith able to retrieve it as Cade Shiflett got a hand on it and almost stripped it. Hadley Roberts. Out top, the Wildcats, again, really wanting to grind down. And welcome back, everyone. We know we're offline for just a little bit of time. We have 16.2 to go here in this third period. Novinger and Meadville, the top 2 seeds going out of here. Class 1, District 11, we're knotted at 37. And I tell you what, it's a 3-point shootout here in this third period. As for the Eagles, Dalton Palmer's hit 2. 2 also by the Novinger Wildcats, 1 by Hadley Roberts, 1 by Colin Roberts. And some nice play by Trent Rodman here in the third. But the Eagles come back after trailing it to half by 3. We're knotted. Eagle basketball, 16.2 to go. A nice timeout from the bench during a little bit of a wild possession, but to maintain possession, Coach Smith got the timeout. Eagles kept the ball, and they've got 11 seconds now left to try to get a bucket. Into the lane, Palmer all the way in with it. That one up and in, and one. Palmer takes the left hand, goes to the rack, finishes with it. He'll head to the line with a chance for the three-point play. So 8 for him in the quarter, 11 in the game, and the junior guard headed to the line to shoot. A little bit shaken up there as he went hard to the floor. The foul goes against Justin Klingsmith. Klingsmith goes over to the bench. That'll put Hadley Roberts back into the game. But to the line goes Dalton Palmer. A little bit woozy, a little shaken after taking a tough trip to the floor. Meadville leads it by 2. A chance to extend to 3. Ryan Young into the game for Meadville, the freshman who's played with the varsity all year long here. Tyler Dinsmore set to check in as well. Palmer nails the free throw. So 9 in the quarter for Dalton Palmer. He'll stay in the game. Out goes Logan Newland. Again into the game for Meadville. Dinsmore along with Ryan Young. Bringing it up, 3 seconds to go. Three-point shot on the way. Short of the mark. Nothing doing on the rebound. We've got 3 quarters in the books here at Class 1, District 11. Meadville leads it 40-37. 8 minutes to go in this one. You'll get to hear it all next right here on 810 WHB TV. And here comes our 4th quarter. We start things off with Novinger with the basketball. They trail Meadville by 3. The 1-2 matchup. Hadley Roberts, a quick double team on him. He hits the shot over both Cade Shiflett and Colton Friesner. You can't do anything but tip your cap to that young man right there. If you're Coach Darren Smith and the Eagles, that's a tough shot. He hits it over 2 of his biggest and toughest defenders. So Hadley Roberts now with 12 in the game. A shot. Logan Newland out of the high post. Another count he heard from as Logan Newland hits his first shot of the game. Newland, 2 points for him. Couldn't be bigger. We have a tie-up. That's going to be Meadville basketball on the alternating possession on the block shot that results in a held ball. 42-39. Meadville leads it by 3. Dalton Palmer imploring Colton Friesner, hey, let's get after it. Let's play our game here. Out top it goes to Shiflett. He picked up 2 early fouls. Not really going to be a factor at this point. Goes off to Newland. Newland into the lane. They're going to be a foul against Novinger. I believe they're going to get Hadley Roberts, but I'm not absolutely sure yet. Actually, that one's going to go against Blake Smith. 3 on Blake Smith. To inbound, Cade Shiflett gets it into Newland. Newland thought about giving it back to Cade, who's now playing with his back to the basket. Eagles saved the basketball. TJ Schmitz came and kind of bailed his club out just a little bit there as he was aggressive coming to the ball. They go to the block to Friesner. That shot goes for him. The senior stepping up in the 4th quarter. Colton Friesner with his first points. They're going to put the big guys down low, both of them, it looks like to me, and let them play with their back to the basket, which has been one of the things that Novinger's had a tough time with, guarding that. Near corner comes Hadley Roberts. He's played a great game here for Novinger. He calls his teammates out to help him with the basketball. Inside it goes. That one off the glass and good. That shot put in by Trent Rodman. Rodman, I've got him down now for, I believe, right at 20 points or close to it. 18 it looks like for them in this one. 44-41, Meadville leads it. Friesner works on Hadley Roberts. Out top it goes for Friesner. Now to Palmer. Had a couple threes that might have been open. They get it to Schmitz. His 3, he drained it. TJ Schmitz with a huge three-pointer that extends the Meadville lead to 6. 47-41 into the paint. That's going to be Hadley Roberts with another bucket. Actually, I stand correct. It's going to be Blake Smith with a bucket. 47-43. Colin Roberts into the game now for Novinger, along with Keaton Tade, Trent Rodman, also number 30 Blake Smith, and also, of course, Hadley Roberts. Schmitz finds Friesner into the lane. Newland off the glass and good. Logan Newland off a nice pass, lays it in, extends Meadville's lead to 6 with 5:40 to go here in this fourth period. I want to thank our great group of sponsors.
We'll make it up to you, too.
And we're going to, of course, I heard that we've had some issues. We'll take care of everybody. We know we will. They include Chillicothe Ford, Walmart, Clark's Furniture, Woody's Automotive Group, Lockridge Constant and Conrad, Hy-Vee, Lawhoff Jewelry, Mudcats, the Chillicothe Mudcats, the Marcola family, BTC Bank, also Green Hills Golf Course, The Wave Radio, and Professional Video Supply Company, as well as PC's Workwear in Chillicothe, Parsons Creek General Store, Butterfield Associates Grain, the Bank of Brookfield Purdon, and Mr. Bill's Barbecue.
Good barbecue.
Awesome barbecue. An even better guy there in Bill Englert.
You're going to buy me some Gates or Arthur Bryant's tonight. We're going to go down.
I'd rather have Mr. Bill's barbecue than any Gates barbecue. 49-43. Mr. Englert, as a matter of fact, officiated another district championship game down at Tyne Avalon this evening. That one between Tyne Avalon and Hale Bosworth. The winner of that game will get the winner of this game.
You misunderstood me. I said you were going to buy me some Mr. Bill's, some Gates, and some Arthur Bryant's tonight.
I got you covered. We'll get some Oklahoma Joe's as well.
We're going to do the barbecue crawl.
Novinger trails by 6. Every possession key at this point. They find Hadley Roberts. He finds a double team. He passes out of it. Nice pass from Roberts to Blake Smith. Smith lays it in. Good job there by Hadley Roberts. He's impressed me in this game. Schmitz thought about taking the 3. Finds Cade Shiflett near corner. It's on its way. Off the mark. Rebound comes off on the opposite side to Blake Smith. 49-45. And we have they're going to get Cade Shiflett for a foul that was a tough one to go against him, I'd have to say, but it's whistled against Shiflett. It'll be, actually they say Dalton Palmer with the foul. Going to be a kick ball as they tried to weave that one inside, did Hadley Roberts, who's triggering the left baseline inbound. 5:12 to go. Meadville out in front of Novinger by 4. Headed to the free throw line goes Novinger now as they got the ball in to Trent Rodman. He has a way of getting to the rim no matter where he's at, it seems. Now he'll have to earn these 2 from the stripe. Rodman has 19 points so far in this one. Still 19 as he missed the free throw.
Big.
I tell you what, if Novinger loses this basketball game, they can look back to their free throws. They've really struggled from the line.
Yeah, and especially right now down the stretch, you want to hit every one that you got a chance to make.
49-45, still that same way as Trent Rodman missed a pair. That kid, a talented player, a surprise right there. Meadville with a chance to extend the lead. They lead it by 4. We're down to the 5-minute mark. TJ Schmitz off to Newland. Just outside the right elbow. He hit it. Logan Newland for TJ Schmitz. Newland with 6 points here in this second half off the bench. He's a player who started all year last year. Fills a different role this year. He stepped up huge. Of course, he had the 6 most important points of Meadville's season last year. 6 points against Marion County. A nimble big man to the glass with it, Hadley Roberts. And that kid has played a whale of a basketball game here tonight. 51-47. Meadville out in front by 4. Newland gets it left side. Off to Palmer, who finds Cade Shiflett. The Eagles with a 4-point lead. That pass taken away. Cade Shiflett gets it back. He's fouled on the shot attempt. Cade Shiflett, the 6'4 junior guard who grew about 3 inches in the offseason, steps to the line here. A fine shooter who has a chance to extend the lead. Shiflett with 11 so far in this one. He's been playing in foul trouble most of the game. Couple dribbles. Shiflett's free throw. Like it was nothing to him, he cans the first. 52-47. Meadville leads it by 5. Winner of this one will get the winner of Tyne Avalon and Hale Bosworth. Shiflett hits that one as well. 53-47. Coach Roberts letting his club have it. Keaton Tade going to go baseline. His shot blocked, but he got it back. Colin Roberts, his three, he hit it. Big shot from the youngster right there. He's got 2 threes in the second half. Meadville still out in front by 3. Cade Shiflett goes right side to Schmitz. Far corner now to Palmer, who will come back to Newland, top of the key. They're looking down low for Friesner. He dribbles around, does Cade Shiflett. Comes on over to Schmitz. Schmitz looking for something in the lane. Newland pops up, right elbow. He hit it. Logan Newland stepping up huge in this game. 8 points for him here in this second half, and he's been a difference maker here tonight. Meadville leads it 55-50.
Meadville not missing down the stretch, Rod. Very important tonight that they do that, too.
And especially Logan Newland off the bench, able to hit 4 jumpers, all of them from 15 feet or more. Then a deflection for Colton Friesner. Schmitz comes out with the steal. The Eagles out in front by 5.
Got to take advantage of that steal and get some points.
Down low it goes to Friesner, guarded by Hadley Roberts. Out top, almost stolen away. Dalton Palmer there to pick it up, though. The Eagles, they're not going to get in any hurry to shoot this basketball. They lead it by 5. TJ Schmitz says, I will. He hits the 3. Again, 66 three-pointers on the year to start the game for TJ Schmitz. He's got 4 more here tonight. He's shooting right at 50% headed into this game. Pushes it above that mark here, Jim, and the Eagles out in front by 8 now, 58-50. We'll keep it right here. Again, we had some issues with some audio. We had some other issues earlier. We're here for the importance of what are you looking for there, Jim?
Sponsors.
Our list of sponsors for the game. I'll take a look at that. I've got it somewhere here momentarily. Right there we go. They include Chillicothe Ford, Walmart, Clark's Furniture, Woody's Automotive Group, Lockridge, Constant, and Conrad. Also Hy-Vee, Lawhoff Jewelry, the Mudcats baseball team, John Marcola and the Marcola family, BTC Bank. Also Green Hills Golf Course, the Wave Radio. PC's Workwear, Parsons Creek General Store, Butterfield Associates Grain, the Bank of Brookfield, Purton, and Mr. Bill's Barbecue. Also, TP's Barbershop, another one of our fine sponsors.
That's where you get butched at, isn't it?
Yes, it is sometimes, most of the time. 58-50. Novinger basketball, a pass out. He finds Roberts. He hits the 3. Somebody might want to get a hand in that kid's face.
That was a big 3 there at this point in the game, Rod.
That one out of bounds off of Novinger. They had another opportunity. Keaton Tade lost it out of bounds. 58-53, the press put on here by Novinger. Timeout, Meadville. Coach Smith wants to talk this over with his team. It'll be a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here for this one. I want to say TP's Barbershop in Chillicothe is located at 732 Washington Street. That's right next to the Royal Inn Pizza. Also thrilled to have TP's on board for tonight's broadcast and ask that you keep TP's in mind the next time you're looking for a haircut for yourself or another family member. The telephone number at TP's, 660-707-1717. Give Terry a call there and he will make you a finely coiffed person, much like myself. 58-53, Meadville with a 5-point lead as they get set to inbound the basketball in the backcourt. Big time pressure put on here by the Novinger Wildcats. A lot of good shooters on the floor for the Meadville Eagles, and they'll try to break this Novinger press. They're going to relax things here and not press them full court. Dalton Palmer works on Colin Roberts. Gets it off to TJ Schmitz. Now out top to Cade Shiflett. Shiflett gets a hand from Logan Newland. Newland off to Dalton Palmer. Knocked to the floor. TJ Schmitz, a no call on it. Down to 2-11. Cade Shiflett heads down into the lane with it and then is cut off by a Novinger defender. 58-53 Meadville. Now 2:02 to go. This one may turn into a foul shooting contest at the end. We're going to have a foul right there by Novinger. That one whistled against Keaton Tade way out top.
$1:57 left in this ball game, Rod. It's about over.
It's a foul to give right there for Novinger. One more and Meadville will be into the bonus. Stolen away by Tade. A nice steal. Baseline shot by him. No good. Rebound, Cade Shiflett. He corrals it. Gets it out to Logan Newland. Pretty good outlet. A little dangerous, so. Near side to Palmer. Newland, aggressive with the ball there. Pushed it into the front court. They find T.J. Schmitz. A minute 40 to go for the Eagles. And Schmitz is banged pretty good by Colin Roberts. He wanted to call on the first steal attempt. He gets it on the second one. That's not the guy you want to put at the free throw line if you're the Novinger Wildcats. I believe at last check, TJ shooting him at a clip from the line of 87%.
Well, you make these down the stretch here, and this ball game's pretty much yours. You don't, you still got a chance to lose it.
Schmitz, right on cue, nails that shot. He's got 10 in the second half, now 14 overall, does TJ Schmitz.
And not the person you want to foul either.
Again, shooting him at 87%. Hits the second one. The Eagles out in front by 7, a minute 35 to go. Down the lane they go. They whistle Cade Shiflett. He tried to poke that ball away from behind and gets whistled for a foul. I think that'll just be Cade's third now. He had early foul trouble in this one. A foul to give, though, for the Eagles as they still have just 5 team fouls. Inbounding is Hadley Roberts. Novinger trails it by 7. Colin Roberts, he's been on fire. Hadley Roberts, 3 from the near corner. Way over the top. Air ball rebound comes down to Logan Newland. Newland on the floor, and they're going to call a travel for him. Coach Smith calling for the timeout from the bench. Didn't get it that time. 60-53. Inbound comes into Trent Rodman. And we're going to have a foul down in the paint. They'll say Blake Burkholder committed a foul. May not be a bad foul, actually, at this point. Probably prevented a wide-open shot in the paint and a potential and one opportunity. Had a foul to give. It'll be Novinger basketball in the baseline. Left to inbound it is Hadley Roberts. In it comes to Tade. 3 on the way. That one no good. Battle for the rebound. Tade gets it. And now they're going to have Burkholder. He committed a foul on the rebound attempt. And over the back call goes against Blake Burkholder. Still, time clicking off the clock here. Meadville has a 7-point lead and just a minute 18 to go. That'll put Colton Friesner back over to the bench. I started to say he was coming into the game. Instead, it's a Meadville timeout. Coach Smith wants to talk it over with his boys. With just a minute 18 to go and a 7-point Meadville lead over the Novinger Wildcats. Again, a 1-2 matchup. Novinger came in the top seed. They knocked off Meadville in overtime earlier in the year. The Eagles looking to extract a revenge in the one that counts, bottom line. At the line, Justin Klingsmith. He's been quiet offensively. He's been a workman on the boards. His free throw rattles home. Steps up and hits a big free throw, does Klingsmith, and it's at a vital time. The Novinger Wildcats have really struggled from the stripe. His second one, that one good as well. So, off the make, the press put on. Dalton Palmer behind the back dribble. Splits 3 defenders. Heads between them, he's fouled. Dalton Palmer, another fine shooter, headed to the stripe for Meadville, who leads it by 5 with a minute 13 to go.
This is where the ball game gets really long, Rod.
Dalton took things into his own hands there, saw a couple defenders he could split. Jim got there. The third defender coming to cut him off, so one who commits the foul. Palmer's free throw rolls in.
Another good free throw shooter there, Dalton.
Another fine shooter, like Jim says. He hits that one. The Eagles so far have shot him pretty well. 61-55, Meadville. Palmer, his second one, rattles in as well. Palmer, 2 key free throws, a 7-point Meadville lead. Spin move in the paint, wild shot put up. Battle for the rebound, taken down by Cade Shiflett. He is absolute. That's going to stay with Novinger on the held ball. Still, quite a bit of time expires off the clock. It's a 7-point Meadville lead. It's Novinger basketball. Hadley Roberts inbound it. Baseline, left side. That one taken away by the Eagles on the inbound. T.J. Schmitz dribbles around. He gets it into the front court. It's going to be Friesner to the basket. He hit it. They spotted the open man. Colton Friesner with a chippy. Extends the Eagle lead to 9. That shot, no good. Rebound comes down. Last touch by Novinger.
I believe we could have saw a slam dunk down there on that last basket by Meadville.
64-59. Meadville with a 9-point lead. 44.4 to go. And we're going to have a technical, it looks like. Not the move you want to be. You don't exactly want to be giving away free throws late in a district championship game. So Emotions getting the best of Coach Rick Roberts, it looks like to me.
This one's pretty much
He
over.
gets teed up. TJ Schmitz at the line, and you could call that money.
He was just trying to express all his things he was trying to get across earlier in the game, and it really doesn't matter now. There's really no way they're going to come back.
Schmitz with 10 in the quarter as he hits that free throw. 66-55. This one down to the academic point. Meadville going to advance to sectional play with a victory over Novinger. Two fine teams here. A very emotional game. That inbound comes into Schmitz. Schmitz dribbles out of trouble, over the top to Palmer. Reverse layup, it's good. Dalton Palmer sends it to 13. Novinger running out of time. Strong move to the hoop. It's going to be an and one play, but it's going to be too little, too late. Klingsmith gets the bucket. He'll also shoot the free throw as he narrows it down to 11, has a chance to get it to 10. Just not enough time left for Novinger. Free throw, good. Justin Klingsmith really shows up in this fourth period. 5 points for him. Pass over the top to TJ Schmitz. They're going to call him for a travel. Had to change pace a little bit when he caught that ball and had a hard time getting it to the floor. They whistle him for a travel. 68-58. Meadville just got to keep their hands up, play solid defense.
Little grudge match for Meadville tonight, isn't it, Rod?
That three goes in. As that wild three-pointer hit up by Trent Rodman, I believe, number 33. Rodman's had a big game, gets it down to 7. Again, Novinger, if they pull it off, it would be miraculous. They are going to have to foul. They're going to have to execute on both ends. Probably going to be too little, too late, just like I called it, Jim.
Right. Well, Meadville went down to Novinger earlier this year, and a little grudge match here probably for Meadville.
No doubt. Again, this one, both teams, you ask them, that one early in the year didn't mean anything. This one, the one that counts. When you lose here, you're done for the year.
Right. And there's one thing, I hate to do is play teams 3 times, and they don't, though, do they?
They don't. Like when they're in the CLAA, they played a lot of teams 4 and 5 times. And the move to the new conference, one of the things that they looked forward to playing, they still want to play those old opponents, but they just don't want to play them 4 and 5 times.
Right.
Meadville ball. They lead it by 7. Shiflett with the inbound. Gets it into Colton Friesner. And he's quickly mugged. Colton Friesner, who's stepped it up here. He had a tough first half, but he's got 4 big points here in the second half. And coming at crucial times, he'll head to the line with a chance to seal the deal here in this one. Meadville leads it by 7. Senior big man Friesner at the stripe. That free throw good. Makes it now a full 3-possession game as Friesner with 5 in the quarter. 69-61. Now 70-61, Meadville leads it. The Eagles have hit their free throws down the stretch, and it was crucial. It's going to take them to a victory here at Class 1 District 11. Logan Newland with the rebound, then he's fouled. That one going to be on Trent Rodman, a kid who's played a whale of a basketball game here tonight.
14.5 left, Rod. Game's pretty much over at this point.
In the winner of this game to play Tuesday night at Chillicothe. Do you remember the time on that one?
I believe it's 7:45.
7:45 at Chillicothe.
I believe.
Logan Newland. I tell you what, you can't talk enough about what he's done here in this second half. 8 points for him. Another one of these talented juniors that Meadville has. The Eagles have really hit their free throws. I've got them down as 8 of 8. Actually 10 of 10 here in the fourth period. Coach Smith calling his team over. Newland hits that free throw as well.
Back to a 10-point
9
lead
here in this second half off the bench for Logan Newland. All 4 Eagles that aren't shooting the ball are going to just get back and play defense. Newland hits that one as well. 12 of 12 from the line here in this fourth period for the Meadville Eagles. They're a long 3 by Hadley Roberts. Rebound comes down. Colin Roberts will rebound. He gets the bucket. He's had a nice fourth period with 8 points, 13 here in this game. And the Eagles just going to hold on to the basketball. And a victory here at Class 1 District 11. Meadville wins it 72-63. We'll try to catch Coach Darren Smith and get a word with him here in just a minute if we possibly can. Take this opportunity to let folks know that role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. The next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and, of course, 810 WHB TV. The Eagles from Meadville, a 72-63 victory. Going to see them get the Class 1 District 11 championship plaque and trophy here momentarily. We'll try to catch Coach Darren Smith. Again, the final 72-63 here in this one. Meadville salts it away with some great free throw shooting. I'm not sure I caught every free throw attempt, but if I did, I would have the Eagles down 14 of 15 from the line. You can't hardly beat that kind of free throw shooting, Jim.
No, you can't. You know, that's what I love about Class 1 basketball. The players, the fans, the coaches just love their basketball, and it's always a fun environment to be in. It's kind of hard to shoot the game over the stands when people start clapping. You can't.
I had to do a little jumping up here myself, a little Simon Says going on here at Grundy County High School. The Eagles to move on to sectional play, 7:45. They'll play the winner of the game down at Tyne Avalon tonight, which will be either Hale along with Bosworth or Tyne Avalon, teams that Meadville in all likelihood should outmatch this season. A fine crowd on hand here for both these teams. As near as I could tell, a great deal of sportsmanship shown by all the fans in attendance here. The players never did get chippy, I didn't think either, even though it was a physical game, Jim, and that's what high school athletics is all about.
Yep, picture time now. It's like we've got quite a few photographers down there, including the one.
We're going to take a quick little timeout here. We'll be back right after this here on 810 WHB TV. And welcome back to our broadcast of high school basketball here on 810 WHB TV. I'm Rod Tompkins. I'm joined by the victorious head coach of the Meadville Eagles, Coach Darren Smith. Coach, you and your boys coming out against a conference opponent, obviously a district opponent, being in districts here, a team that knocked you off in overtime earlier. I said it on the air a couple times. If you're going to have two games, you're going to lose one. This is not the one you want to lose. You guys get the important one, Coach.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, we talked about that just a little bit. But, you always want to win a conference championship. And we had it within our grasp up there and kind of let that get away. And that was really our focus for tonight, was not to let that happen again. Don't let the game get away from us. We do some really good things at time, and we do some really stupid things at time. And I thought right there, a couple of turnovers late, I thought might get us. Luckily, we had built enough of a lead that it really didn't bother us that much. But I tell you what, that was two teams battling hard, gave everything they wanted, to the other one, gave it all and left it on the floor. I was really proud of my team and Coach Roberts' team.
No doubt, a well-coached team, Rick Roberts and his squad. But your guys, you come out, they really tried to grind it down on you. They wanted to limit your possessions. That was obvious. Slow this thing down, not let your guys run or get a lot of open threes. I thought they defended the three pretty well at times, but still, your shooters, they come to the forefront. Guys like Dalton Palmer, TJ Schmitz, of course, Cade Shiflett, all of them hit some big threes tonight. Really, the shooting stat that sticks out to me, I've got your team down for, I believe, 15 of 16 from the line. TJ Schmitz stepped up, hit those big threes and free throws going down the stretch, as did Dalton Palmer. And also another guy that stepped up and hit two at a really important time was Colton Friesner, who had a really slow offensive first half.
Yeah, he did. And, part of that was they were kind of doing a little something different. We were going with our bigger kid on the block, and that brings Colton away from the basket, and they weren't guarding. And that's what we were wanting Colton to do, was step in and take that shot. But, we're a pretty good shooting team. And free throws is something we practice every day, just like everybody else does. And to go 15 for 16 or whatever in a championship game, that's how you win championships.
No doubt about it, and we saw it. They struggled from the line. They missed 3 or 4 in a row at one time, and not something you would expect from a Rick Roberts coach team, but sometimes the big situations, the big pressure moments, sometimes kids struggle. Other times your shots just don't drop. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes. And like you said, I got some shooters out there, but I thought my big kids really did a good job of battling inside. A lot of the good stuff we got, the ball went inside first and then came back out, and that was huge for us tonight. Blake and Burkholder, Colton Friesner both played big inside. They got the ball. They made the right decisions, whether that was scoring, kicking out, dumping into the other guy. I thought they made some really good decisions tonight, so I'm proud of my team.
There's a little bit of interior passing, a little bit of overpassing, it seemed like, on the interior sometimes that went awry because they've got quick hands. They're a very physical basketball team.
They're very physical. You look at them, they're 6'1", 6'2", and weigh 185 to 195. I got maybe one kid that'll weigh that, but the game of basketball's changed over the years, and you got to be physical to survive. And I think that team is about as physical a team. Them and Glasgow are about the two physicalest teams we've played all year.
Well, you mentioned your bigs. Blake Burkholder really stepped up offensively, especially in that first half. He was a guy that they really couldn't defend if you could get the basketball to him. He hits those shots. Kind of amazing to him. He's a really long kid, 6'4", gangly arms, things like that. But his jump shot when he goes to shoot it, or his little baby hook, that thing's off his hand before you even know it. That makes it really hard to defend.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, and it's soft. He puts it up there soft. I've been real pleased with the progress he's made. He went through a little lull there about 5, 6, 7, 8 games ago. Refocused him, got him going again. I think he alters a lot of shots around the basket. He gets several rebounds, and he's, him and Colton together, they've been taking turns. One of them will, have 10 to 15, and then the next night the other one will. So it's pretty balanced between the two of them. It just kind of depends, like Blake, they key on him, then Colton takes over. If they key on Colton, then Blake takes over. I've been really happy with my bigs the last few games.
A couple more things I want to touch on really quickly, and then we'll let you go, Coach, let you go savor this victory and get set for the winner of District 12 down at Tyne-Avalon. And we'll find out who that is, either Hale with Bosworth or Tyne-Avalon. Teams that you've got to feel like you match up with awful good, but you've got to get out there and play the 32 minutes and leave it all on the floor. Teams never want their season to end.
No, that's for sure, and that's something we really talked about tonight, was that, we've played in this game several years in a row, and this was our 6th in a row that we've won. And so we didn't want it to end here. We want to keep progressing, keep getting better. And I'll tell you what, that's probably as good a game as we've played in the last 4, 5, 6, 7 games, just with our intensity, our defensive pressure. In the second half, I just thought it was kids making plays. You got people around you, but it's kids making plays, and whether that's my team going and doubling the Roberts boy on the block and him finding a kid over next to him or whatever, it was kids making plays tonight, and that's fun to watch.
The other thing I wanted to touch on, you got a guy on your team that started for you all last year, played in the high post most of the time for you, an undersized 4 in Logan Newland. His time limited, his role different this year. I'll tell you what, I guarantee you don't have more of a clutch performer out there than Logan Newland. He stepped up huge against that Marion County team last year. Again, he was key tonight. He doesn't come in and have the game he has. This game entirely different.
It is entirely different. You're right. Huge is an understatement because he made shots out there that needed to be made when they needed to be made. And the first one or two was fairly open, but the last 2 or 3 weren't. They really were guarding the heck out of him. He just elevated up over the top of him and stuck it in. Really happy for a kid like that because, like you said, he started for me last year. He comes off the bench this year. Not one time has he questioned why he is, and he always gives me energy and he always gives me defensive pressure. And you know, he's undersized, but he still rebounds pretty good for 5'9".
And a great group, a great victory for your team, 72-63 over the Novinger Wildcats. Balanced scoring, it's been a hallmark of your team all season long. Strong defense and the quality shooting. You've got a triad of guys that are really shooters. You've got other good shooters on the team. Right. When you talk Dalton Palmer, Cade Shiflett, and TJ Schmitz, all 3 of your shooters back shooting it like they can shoot it. That's got to feel good headed into sectional play.
That's for sure. And you know what's even better about it is they're not forcing it like they were earlier on. You know. Sometimes that shot doesn't go in, and you keep shooting. Well, now they've kicked it inside. They're getting it back and getting better looks, and I think that's been a huge, something huge that we've gained in the last few games because early on they were hitting everything they threw up there. Then we went through a little lull where it wasn't going in as well. Now we're back to looking for each other better.
6 district titles in a row for this man right here and his basketball teams. His assistant coaches, Drew Nyer, Tony Fairchild, a big part of this. That entire team over there on the bench as well. And, hey, what about this Eagle crowd, too?
Oh, were they awesome or what, man? I tell you what, it gets – I've been telling some of the guys that say, how come our kids are coming out flat? I said, well, because the crowd's flat. You guys got to get up and get us going just a little bit. Man, were they great or what tonight? Pretty
Jim's
awesome.
got something for you.
You're about halfway to the KU and their Big 12 championship. So are you going to last 6 more years and catch Bill Self in that title?
I'm getting older by the minute, Jim.
We may have to wheel him out there soon, but he'll probably still be doing it. The Smith family enjoyed a lot of great things over the course of these past few years with your sister Jill and her state titles, a state softball title for you, trips to the Final Four. I was just talking to your dad down here. He feels awful proud and awful good about the things you and your siblings have been accomplishing.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. My sister's setting a pretty high bar. She's got three state titles in a row, so I'd like to get one this year. But we got a game Tuesday night. It'll, like you say, it'll be a familiar foe, and we're going to have to play. You know, we're going to come out ready to play.
We're going to be there right along with them. I'm Rod Tompkins. This is Coach Darren Smith of the Meadville Eagles. We're going to wrap things up for tonight. Congratulations again, Coach. Best of luck in that sectional game. We'll be there to broadcast it as well right here on 810 WHB TV.
Perfect. Thank you.